kind of rough if you want to look at this lineup.
Yeah. What about the Centaur? Like, what's the point of picking this hero? Because we, like, a long time ago when the Aghanims was introduced, well, hold on. We are going to have a level 1 fight here. I wasn't sure if they were actually going to go for this one, but trying to deny the Alchemist from being able to get that bounty rune, but it's not going to happen. Alliance actually managed to pick up both there.
That's Sunray.
Taking a lot of Sunray damage, and this could be our first blood as, yes, Fly is going to be able to pick up that kill. They turn now and start beating onto both Loda and EGM, but it looks like Miracle's still going to end up falling here. A bad start for the Alchemist for sure.
I think Loda's
not
dead.
being able to get the bounty rune, but still, OG will claim the 2-for-1 victory in the end. First blood traded off, double bounty runes. Who really came out on top with all that?
That is definitely... I think that's an OG win. Even though you got... That's what he was going for, the outplay scenario, but Bulldog kind of rights the ship. That's still 2 kills to Moon, 1 kill to Bulldog. But when it comes to the experience, it's going to lead in favor of Bulldog, obviously, since his kill came a little bit later.
EGM in some trouble here, being slowed down by the boar, and they're going to be able to slow him down even further. Sure. Fly that beautifully. The dive, he does manage to get off a fairy fire, buying himself a little bit more time, so Crit has to dive in deep for the kill, which means we will have a turnaround as Loda is able to claim Crit's life in return.
And in that scenario, it's going to slightly benefit Alliance just because it is a 2v3 lane. It's very hard for Alliance to fight into this because they don't have any natural ways to start up a fight. Even if they get the Doom off, they're going to follow it up with an Earth Spike. There's not a whole lot that they can do to really get up in there. They rely way too heavily on Ake's Black Hole. I don't necessarily think this is a fight they can take unless they can just burst somebody down instantly.
Well, they're going to try. Centaur is actually going to pop the ultimate. They will be able to get the Primal Roar. The stun comes in on the Moon, actually holding long enough for Ember Bulldog to be able to get off the Doom onto him. And Moon is definitely going to go down here. Fly down to about half HP, has to dive himself back. Head of the tier 2 tower, loaded with that double damage. Now going to try and chase down No Tail. Looks like one of these heroes could be sacrificed. He's still got the TP, but he's going to try for it now. The stun or the damage, either one. Both going to be fast enough that no escape for No Tail.
That was a really awkward engagement for OG. You could see that they hesitated with half their heroes when they went for the roar on Bulldog, and if you can't kill him in that, then he's seen or anything on anybody soon. I sort of think they should look for a fight. They're not going to get much stronger than this. They could wait for a BKB on Loda, but that's about it.
They're having S4 be the frontliner for now, letting OG initiate on him if they want to. Obviously, OG, they realize this is kind of a bait. It's not really the hero they want to go on.
The jig
They're
is
going
up.
to try and get some information from Crit. He does actually run a little bit too close, and his smoke is popping. Now they found the opening. They're going to be able to catch EGM, take him out of the fight immediately. Now the BKBs go down, but who are they really going to be able to focus? It's certainly not going to be the Centaur. There goes the Phoenix Egg as well, and Alliance seem to be in a tough position. They're focusing on Miracle, but he's only just now down to half HP, and the Doom's going to wear out soon. They turn for him even more, but the Sunray is now healing up Miracle as it burns through Alliance at the same time, and sure enough, the Phoenix proves to be the problem card, and Alliance drastically lose that fight. And OG going to gain a major positioning win as they're going to actually keep going for the push here, maybe force out some buybacks. And they also have Roshan available as well.
They only have the buyback available on S4, but without his Dragon form, not sure how they take this fight, but Miracle takes this way too quickly. 4 seconds, he's going to have that Chemical Rage up. The AC already dealing that negative armor to that tower.
Even if Alliance do buy back at this point, they still have BKBs as well as their big ults on cooldown. Miracle going to be stunned up. Still have that Finger of Death to go on, as well as Black Hole, but OG, they're not going to be grouping up, I don't think, enough for Alliance to somehow be able to handle that fight. 5 more seconds till the DK is back up, 8 more on Admiral full time. I just don't think it matters. OG are going to be able to claim the melee racks and probably back out from there. Loda trying to poke at Moon. Yeah, he's out of mana, but he's also a tanky sucker. Going to be able to sit here for quite some time before they finally bring him down. The rest of OG, they're like, that's fine, that's fine. Moon Meander dying, that's standard for us. He still got the overall win.
Did you notice what Moon did there too? He understands that his team is running.
He sees the ward on the left-hand side. Alliance are going to be even more blind to this incoming incursion of OG. Ake's going to bounce outside of the pit, try and stall up OG as much as possible as Alliance are full committing to this Roshan. It's about to go down, but now No Tail's made his initiation, jumps on S4, and the agency is picked up by Loda, but they've already lost the Admiral Bulldog Doom, and now S4 is about to go down as well, even with his BKB. He ends up getting popped. Now Loda just has to somehow try and make his way out with the Aegis intact, but that's not going to happen. The silence goes down, and while he buys out his BKB in preparation of dying here, because Crit with the gem is always going to be able to see where Loda's up to, and time lapse not going to do anything there. A stomp from Moon will claim the mega kill streak Loda, and now time for OG to potentially end this whole entire thing.
Even without their best either at the Roche pit and fly at the Phoenix. And there's just no real way for Alliance to take a fight. There's too much to go on the Enigma. They couldn't really push with him. In the fight before this one, you notice when Miracle just beeline for him, he made sure he did so under the protection of a Phoenix set. So no matter what happened, even if he got black holed, it was going to get canceled 2 seconds later.
Now the buyback immediately. Okay, it's going to be target with the Abyssal Blade put on him. He's Cryptic Guard, a little bit of heal, maybe. The stun actually comes down from the hole here. Now the black hole goes down, but the Sun Ray's right in the middle of it, actually hugely limiting the damage. As Moon managed to stay alive through all of that, Alliance can't claim any kills and are just dying left and right like flies. Miracle, the tanky he just keeps going, man. Under tier 4s, thrown, doesn't really matter. He only takes a pittance of damage from every single one of these heroes trying to attack him. And sure enough, the GG is called from Alliance. Very convincing victory from OG once again over Alliances. Last time they met, they took this series 2-0. Now the beginning of this series, very clean 17-8 victory game 1.
This was, I don't think people are going to fully appreciate how well OG and right now they are going to ask a lot out of him on the side of OG.
Yeah.
He has to do, at the rate this game is going at.
Oh, jump on mid. Plate mail versus plate mail, but they do have a little bit extra help with the Sunray over the top, and that might mean Loda actually loses this fight. No tail, winner there. And now they've actually taken away the Aegis from the Storm Spirit as well. They're going to try and get oh, nice there from Ake, but he immediately dies to Miracle. S4 is on his way out and will be able to get away, but EGM not so lucky. Quick bash there. And Phoenix Egg actually preventing S4 from being able to respond as OG go on EGM. Now they jump forward. S4, is he actually going to be caught here? They don't. They do have a silence coming up soon. S4 pulls the last remnants of his mana, and they're able to catch him out.
That is not what they wanted out of that fight. That Sunray did so much work against Loda, and Alliance just beat away 4 heroes. They thought with the Aegis advantage that they had
on their short list,
their ability to infinitely scale turned on them too. They gave away dual damage.
We got to talk about.
Oh, top.
No.
No-Till's got a Hex.
Jesus, that is so early too. S4 is still silenced up. Now they have the Sunray. He's actually going to go down again. Ake's up next, and EGM just has to clap his hand 3 times and teleport back home, which he'll do so successfully. But you take another Storm Spirit and infinitely scaling, but he just keeps going down, and down. 5 Bloodstone charges. Now the mid lane, and Bulldog tries to actually, no, he misses the Savage Roar. So No-Tail manages to sprout him in. The stun still lands. Admiral Bulldog trapped inside the trees and won't ever be able to escape. That bouncing laser as well. Actually kind of effective versus that lone Druid. The Bear unable to do any damage to No-Tail in return.
All of this action is just ramped up all at once. No-Tail cost them nothing too. The Hex is going to be up for cooldown in 10 seconds. The Sunray plus the amp damage so quickly up at top.
Yeah, OG keeping up the tempo. They want to actually go for more here, and they're actually going to run in right into no Loda. No-Tail is going to go for the duel here and might be able to win it too, as Crit is trying to help out with the damage. Unfortunately, they're both silenced up now thanks to the Orchid. The Sunray just comes in a little bit too late to help out the allies, but does manage to get the kill on both, as the silence lasts long enough for Miracle to be able to come in with the heavy nukes, and they're going to get another one here potentially. Oh, Moon missing out on that stun. Ake still has all the vision on him, and I'm presuming the Dinker is going to be able to come in with the extra bit of damage to finish him off. One more rearm, blink forward, and a heat-seeking missile. Laser just to make sure. Double kill on Miracle.
Just continues to get more and more farmed, and we talked about it beforehand. When
it's just a bloodlust, but that's essentially what he's going to become too.
Not become, is already.
It is true.
Oh, and mid.
Loda jumps on, chain stun. They're going to have Miracle coming in with the extra damage too. Loda doesn't have a chance. Just chain stun constantly. S4 is going to go on to No-Tail with his BKB. And all the great attack speed, he will actually be able to take one. It looks like he'll manage to get the Phoenix Egg as well. The stun comes in, actually stalls things up, and S4, the laser stops everything. The egg explodes. Alliance, the fight entirely resets, and now they've got a fresh Sunray burning through Bulldog. He's almost dead. Crit managed to catch up to him. The Savage Roar goes down, but Miracle's still able to catch him with the edge of the Shivas. Loda, the target next, as they get control onto him with the help of Crit. That's a dieback for Loda. And Alliance struggling to keep any control of this game, as they're going to lose EGM as well. OG may have just found their opportunity to go high ground.
So well done by OG taking that fight. Alliance didn't even look that bad of a fight for a second. That first
No-Tail joining them though. Again, time after time, Moon just trying Alliance, seeing if there's a weak point somewhere in that high ground defense, and they are getting a small bit of damage on the tier 3s. Loda thinking about, oh, Linkage actually comes out. Loda's going to be turned around on. Thought he was going to be able to get the duel. Instead, he's the one who ends up going down. Nothing given, nothing gained. S4, BKB activated, but Supernova goes down, and Alliance are forced to retreat back to the fountain without Loda. Again, 60 seconds on him as he died back last team fight. Now EGM's gone as well. Alliance going to have to give up fighting attempts at a Spirit Bear kill. Looks like they do have it in the bag. There is an extra one for Admiral Bulldog, though. Oh, actually pops the BKB to be able to keep it intact. The amplified damage. Moon, careful there, friend. Shiva's coming out. This is a Storm Spirit. That's to be one of the most ridiculous things I've ever watched. No Tail's going to try and go high ground anyway with the help of Miracle. Moon jumps in and get the stun on EGM. Next round, a Storm Spirit bursting down the creep wave and getting some chip damage on the rest of OG. And again, OG, maybe you're right. Maybe they are going to be misstepping here.
They are getting pretty low.
A little too low. And maybe this is the one. Hey, maybe they can actually get a jump here. Moon gonna be rooted up, managed to get the stun. Okay, never mind. His Spirit Bear's gonna go down again. Laser goes out. Alliance now have to back out. They're all too low. Miracle's gonna be able to come in big time and maybe clean up multiple kills, or at least force out the BKB. Loda now it's just gonna get right clicked by No Tail. Nice hit there from the blinding light, but it's not enough to be able to save Loda. S4 destroyed, gets scythe up right underneath the burning sun, and OG take full control of the mid lane. S4 time and time again trying to jump in, trying to disrupt the OG push high ground, but it's just not happening. OG, they played it safe, they played it conservative, and they built themselves enough of an advantage that they will not be pushed back. And it ends not with a bang, but a whimper for Alliance.
Gives him a smiley face.
Radiant victory.
That's so sadistic.
The Radiant now have Mega.
That was very sadistic.
It's like, good game. Smiley face.
I mean, it was the same treatment by both teams. That was the ridiculousness of it. The first 25 minutes of the game, it was like Alliance doing this kind of like dance around, like, haha, we're farming, you're not actually doing anything. And the game was just crawling at a snail's speed. But then OG got the control, right? And then they did the same thing. They just
Jokes on you, clown.